ball swinging in, and it's a fair ball, and Wayzata wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year.
Welcome to Sports Jam for the week of February 11th. I'm John Jacobson.
I'm Jay Wilcox. Ahead this week on the show, we look ahead to the first state competition of the winter sports season, plus section girls hockey highlights and more.
In our Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet a two-sports standout student athlete from Champlin Park.
And a look ahead to the section wrestling tournaments with one local team. And let's start with alpine skiing. Spots in the state meet were on the line at the Section 5 meet, where the drive to get to Afton Alps for the meet was anything but easy on a snowy day. Plenty of snow falling on the spectators and racers, too. This is Marta Pendergast of Wayzata. She's the top local skier, placing third. The top 2 teams and top 10 individuals outside of those teams go to state. Not far behind in 5th place is Deirdre O'Neill of Breck. Her 2-run time is 1:07.29. She's one of 3 Mustangs girls to advance. Sarah Hoffman of Hopkins is also state-bound. She places 8th with a 2-run total of 1:08.54. Kendall Riskovich of Breck is also moving on after tying for 14th place. She's 15th in each run. And grabbing the last qualifying spot for the girls is Kendall Quall of Northwest Alpine from the Osseo schools. She places 19th. On to the boys' side, where several local skiers were in good position to advance. Sam Scheidman of Breck is the top finisher from our area. After leading after the first run, he's 3rd to move on to state. Joshua Nelson of West Lutheran also shines. He ties for 6th place with a time of 1:05.21 for his 2 runs. Blake Quall of Northwest Alpine performs well. The Maple Grove skier places 8th to advance on to state. Lincoln Hattelstead is one of 2 Hopkins boys to advance to Wednesday state meet at Giants Ridge. Here's what a couple of local qualifiers are shooting for at state.
Well, since it's my senior year, I guess I just got to go for it. Should be a fun time. Last year, I think I got in the 20s, so this year, shooting for top 10.
I think at state, I really just want to go into it with like a positive mindset and just like go out and ski my best, and like hopefully the results will follow. But I just want to like work on what I've been working on in training and like really try to have a good day.
The section girls hockey playoffs are underway now. Our local Class 2A teams are split between Sections 5 and 6. In Section 6AA, 6-seeded Osseo Park Center skated against 3rd seed Wayzata in the tournament quarterfinals. Maddie McCollin centers the puck. Alexa Osseo picks it up. Her second try here, sneaks through for a goal midway through the first period. Just over a minute later, off a face-off win, Emily Wisniewski's one-timer is tipped in by Gretchen Branton for a goal, and it's 2-0 Trojans, and that's the score after 1. Second period, and Wisniewski skates into the wing zone and puts the puck on net. Osseo bangs the rebound home for the Trojans to make a 3-0 game. And then watch the next play. Branton with a great pass from along the boards right out of the tape of Osseo. It's a hat trick for the senior. Her 22nd goal of the season makes it 4-0 Wayzata. Wisniewski picks up her 3rd goal of the season here, finding the upper left corner for a goal. Trojans add 2 more goals in the 3rd period, and they eliminate the Stars. 7-0 is the final. Among the other quarterfinal round games, Cretin-Derham Hall ends the season for Benilde St. Margaret's a 4-3 win, and Edina blanked Hopkins Park 4-0. So in the semifinals Wednesday, Cretin meets top-ranked Blake at 5:30, with Wayzata playing Edina for a 3rd time this season. That's at 7:30, with the section final Friday night, all games at Parade Ice Garden. In Section 5AA, Rogers tops Champlin Park Coon Rapids 4-3 in overtime. Ellen Erdahl scored the game winner for the Royals. Maple Grove had a first-round bye. The top seed Crimson will play in the first 5AA semifinal Tuesday night. Rogers and Centennial meet in the second semi. Section final is Friday, all games at Roseville Ice Arena.
Park Center and Wayzata are both enjoying good seasons in girls and boys basketball. Those 2 schools met up in a matchup of Class 4A ranked teams in girls hoops on Friday. Second-ranked Wayzata at home to face the number 5 Pirates. It's all Wayzata in the first half. Jenna Johnson scores 2 for a 27-8 lead. In transition, Mimi Schrader to Mara Braun to Annika Stewart for 2 of her 19 points. Wayzata shocks the Pirates with a 49-19 lead at halftime. Second half, and a screen frees the cutting Braun for the catch and hoop in the lane. She scores 18 for the Trojans. Park Center battles back though. Tanae Griffin's three-pointer from the left wing pulls the Pirates within 20 at 61-41. Griffin leads PC with 22. And when Lauren Frost buries a step-back three, Park Center is making the Trojans a little nervous by cutting it to a 12-point game. But Wayzata doesn't give up the lead. Off a scramble, Schrader drives and misses, but Johnson gets the rebound hoop as Wayzata wins 86-66 after building that huge first-half lead.
We've been a pretty decent first half team most of the season. You never expect it to be like it was tonight. I mean, they just had a tough time getting rolling, and we got on a good roll early, and then of course then it was hard to sustain. We didn't do the same thing in the second half by any means.
The Hopkins boys were looking to bounce back after a loss to De La Salle when they stepped back into late conference play. Royals at home to face Eden Prairie. They dumped the ball inside to Zeke Najee for the hoop and foul. Royals lead at 27-18, 26 points for Najee in the game. Ariel Bland penetrates and dishes back to Drake Dobbs for a long three for the Eagles as they battle back. As the first half ends, Connor Christensen with a quick release on a three, and it's good. That hoop gives Eden Prairie a 36-34 lead in an entertaining first half. Second half, and Dobbs lets it fly. He has a huge night with 36 points. Eden Prairie leads by 6. But Hopkins doesn't panic. Jalen Deering drives for the layup. He pulls his team within 2. Then Deering gets a high ball screen and pops a 3 to give the Royals the lead back. It's a good ball game. Hopkins wins it 78-71. Good win there, Jay, for Hopkins.
Yeah, great battle there. And a note from earlier in the week in Lake Conference boys basketball. Congratulations to Jacob Mennega of Wayzata. He passes his brother Johnny to become the all-time leading scorer at Wayzata High School. Stay with us. Section Nordic skiing, plus hockey and wrestling when Sports Jam returns. Welcome back to Sports Jam.
Some local athletes had a big day last week, signing letters of intent. A ceremony recognizing 13 Maple Grove High School seniors who will play either Division I or 2 sports next year took place Wednesday. Athletes in 7 different sports were part of the event. At Cooper, 6 athletes were part of a signing ceremony, 4 of them from the Hawks football team, with 1 each in baseball and girls soccer. And at Armstrong, 4 athletes signed in 3 different sports: soccer, tennis, and football. It's a big day for the athletes and families, and here's what 3 of them had to say.
That feeling I had, like the feeling that the coaching staff gave me, they made me want to be there so much, and how I met all the players down there, they all made me feel welcome down there, and I know that's a perfect opportunity to be down there.
14 years of playing soccer as a kid, you know, been working since then. I got to this point, you know. St. John's coach recognized me in a tournament this winter, and then relationship took off from then. Big time program and a big school. Like, I'm very grateful to, for reaching out to me, and I'm looking forward to, expand my play from there.
They definitely have a great program this year already. They're in the top ranks, and then their coaches are amazing, and they see me as a good person, and they see me as a person who can still get better, and so I'm really excited to still improve there and get better and hopefully win a national championship.
Ice and falling temperatures didn't make for great conditions at last week's Section 6 Nordic ski meet. In the end, 2 schools with a lot of success prevailed. Snowy conditions to greet the boys at the start of the Classic Pursuit race. James Schneider of Wayzata out second in the pursuit, 18 seconds behind Mount West Taka's Charlie Reinert. Will Ahmed of Armstrong in bib 3 starts 5 seconds behind Schneider. In the end, it's Schneider skiing a strong second race and winning the Section 6 title with a combined 2 race time of 21 minutes 53.5 seconds. Reinert of Mound edges Ahmed for second place. The top 2 teams and top 6 individual finishers outside of those 2 teams qualified for state. Wayzata's Colin Freed and Thomas Golan finished 4th and 5th to help the Trojans win the team title, edging Armstrong. To the girls' race, where Lucy Anderson of Armstrong goes up first after winning the morning freestyle race by 11 seconds. But Wayzata's Mara McCollar passes her, and she defends her section individual championship. The senior wins with a combined race time of 24 minutes, 0.07 seconds. Anderson is in second place. Like the boys race, both the Falcons and Trojans teams qualify for state. Mae Barnes of Armstrong finishes third, just edging Lauren McCollar of Wayzata by the slightest of margins. Leah Rudd of team champion Armstrong finishes fifth. Here's what 4 local state qualifiers had to say after their races.
After the skate race, it was kind of like a blow to my ego, seeing that I end up 18 seconds back in a like 5K, but it felt really good to make it up in the Classic.
That's the biggest thing. Words don't explain it, but just very happy for the team, and it's an experience. That's what it is.
I love skiing, and I love skiing as an individual, but I think having the team behind it means more, and always knowing that you're working hard and fighting for something more than just you.
It was a really fast race. I had some fast skis and fast times, I guess, and it was super icy out today, which I guess like not a lot of people can ski in that, but I was fine with it. So.
Well, many of our local Nordic teams in the Northwest Suburban Conference compete in Section 5. Worth Park, again the site for the Section 5 championships. Mora's Cooper Lennox is the winner in the boys' pursuit in a combined 2-race time of 28 minutes 47 seconds. Maple Grove CJ Young is the runner-up and qualifies for state as an individual for a second straight season. Champlin Park's Mark Scheller is 6th, and the Rebels win the team championship. Congratulations to them. Nicholas Jome is Osseo's top skier, taking 7th place. He's also headed to state. On to the girls' highlights in the pursuit race. Blaine's Sarah Olson skis to first place. The top local is Park Center's Elizabeth Matson, who takes 3rd and is now a 3-time state qualifier. Maple Grove's Christina Bolser takes 5th place, and the Crimson are the top local girls team, placing 4th. Here's what a pair of state qualifiers had to say.
I really wanted to make it back to state again. It was a fun experience, and I didn't have the race I wanted to quite because I lost my ski at the beginning of the Classic race, so that held me back a bit. But this year I'm hoping to get a top 10 at state this year. So
I've been training since last spring for the season, so I was really excited to see the improvements, and I've definitely improved from past years, and it's really exciting to see all the hard work pay off.
The state Nordic meet is Thursday at Giants Ridge and Bewabic. We'll have highlights next week here on Sports Jam. Well, it's section team week for local wrestlers. In regular season action, 2 old rivals met up in the Robbinsdale Rumble as Cooper hosted Armstrong. After 3 Hawks forfeits, they get a win in the first match that's contested. At 132, Sam Thurston gets a reversal and near fall on his way to a 13-7 win over Jalen Young. But it's mostly Armstrong. At 145, Amari Easley works for the pin and gets it against Caleb McMurray as the Falcons get out to a 30-3 lead over the Hawks. At 160, Alex Yui follows up with a pin of his own as he gets control of Dang Nguyen and gets his shoulder to the mat to get the fall for Armstrong. At 170, Logan Ehlenz of Armstrong wins his 26th match of the season, getting the pin over Sylvester Togba to make it 47-3 Armstrong. James Ohms dropped about 50 pounds after wrestling at heavyweight last season. He wins by fall at 220 over Isaiah Brambilla as Armstrong rolls 65-6. We will hear from the Falcons later in the show. Well, last fall, former Maple Grove and Park Center head boys hockey coach Gary Stefano was inducted into the Hockey Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Saturday before the Maple Grove Osseo game, Stefano was honored for a 32-year career that included time as an assistant at Osseo and Cooper, along with his head coaching spots. It was a good day for Stefano.
Well, hats off to both Osseo and Maple Grove for making this possible today. But as I told those guys, it's been a great 32 years of coaching high school hockey and coaching in all 3 schools in our district has been nice. So it's been a great ride.
Maple Grove's in white. The point shot is stopped, but Justin Janicki pops the rebound in for a goal and a 1-0 Crimson lead. Then watch Kyle Kukkonen free the puck up with a heavy check, then flip it ahead to send Janicki off to the races for a shorthanded breakaway goal for a 2-0 Crimson lead. To the second period, and the puck will come out to Ethan Elias, and he threads it through traffic for a goal. Maple Grove adds 4 more in the third to pull away for a 7-0 win over Osseo. So a nice day there for Gary Stefano.
Good memories from the state tournament for those teams he coached at both Maple Grove and Park Center. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, he was a star quarterback in the fall and now a sharpshooter for the Champlin Park boys basketball team in the winter. Meet Bennett Otto up next. Champlin Park High School has produced some strong athletes in basketball and football throughout the years, but not a lot have excelled in both sports. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a Rebels senior who fits the bill. Bennett Otto wants to be a good teammate to his Champlin Park basketball peers. The 6'4" senior guard said he received lessons on leadership from two former outstanding Rebels guards, McKinley Wright and Josiah Strong.
McKinley Wright, obviously, he was probably one of the greatest leaders I've ever been a part of, played with, and just trying to mimic, not really mimic his game, but some of his leadership roles, like taking control, being positive, and just being that like strong leader. So that's what I kind of looked after. And then Josiah was also he was a scorer, and so I always kind of did some moves that he did during games and worked on those and try to put those into my game.
Otto leads the Rebels in scoring and steals this season and is second in rebounding. It's those last two things, defense and rebounding, that he's made an effort to improve on this season. Away, Rebels with the ball. Otto flips it. Oh, and then laid in by Johnson. But he can really shoot the ball well, too. He leads the team in three-pointers. His overall game is something teammates appreciate.
I think his passes in basketball impress me the most. Also his three-point shooting, obviously. I think he has a high percentage of threes, which is good.
While basketball is the sport he'll play in college, Bennett was outstanding as a quarterback for the Champlin Park football team last fall. He threw for over 2,600 yards and 25 touchdowns for the 7-3 Rebels. An off-season injury months before his junior year caused Bennett to miss the entire 2017 football season. While he was excited to get back on the field, he admits to some nerves early on.
I was actually really nervous coming back because I didn't know it was going to be like the first game, because the game could have totally changed for me because I haven't played in a year and a half what it was. So I was really pumped to get back to it, but once the first two games came, I was just having a blast.
Otto, quick throw to his right, diving, and It's a touchdown.
I set a goal for myself at the start of the year for passing yards and stuff like that, whatever it was, and I reached those goals. So I was really proud of myself and proud of the team, how we finished.
Chase Miller is a teammate to Bennett in both sports and caught a lot of passes from him last fall.
With our spread offense, we throw a lot, and he was able to get it out to me and Cato, and then he was also able to run sometimes, which is good. When he was pressured, he's able to escape it.
Bennett will play basketball at Augustana in Sioux Falls next year and knows there are parts of his game that still need work.
I think my ball handling needs to get a little better for like the position or role that they say I'm going to play. I think I can work on my pull-up jump shot too. Everyone knows I can shoot the three, but I want to be able to do a one dribble pull-up and just being able to see people better too. My vision can always improve and just getting stronger overall.
With his basketball season winding down, so too is the prep career of Bennett Otto. And he admits he'll miss his time spent at Champlin Park High School.
For sure. I mean, this place is something else. You know, I came from a small Catholic school, and I kind of wanted to come to a big public school, and just the diversity here and the people I met, I'm going to miss it, you know. So it's a great school, and I'm going to miss it when I go to college.
The Rebels enter this week with a 14-5 record with a big conference game against Blaine coming up Wednesday night. J-Talk Section Wrestling with the Armstrong Falcons next.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. It's section time now for all the local wrestling teams, including the Armstrong Falcons. We're speaking to them after a victory in the Robbinsdale Rumble here at Cooper. And starting with Ben Mennega, and obviously come out and face your district rival here. You know, is this an exciting night for you guys all the time?
It's one of our most look forward to matches and exciting. Like, we always look forward to this one. At the end of the season, it's like one of our highlights of it.
You get a trophy at the end of the night and everything too. A nice way to celebrate. How did you feel like you and your team wrestled in this one?
I feel like we did great. I mean, we had a lot of pins this time around. A lot better than we did last year. I tried to go for the pin there, but I mean, still got a tech fall, so that's good enough. He's got it.
Hard to believe, but the season's really pretty much heading down the home stretch now as you guys get ready for sections, first the team and then the individual. You got a tough section, no doubt about it, but do you feel like you and a couple of the other guys, have a shot to maybe get through and get to state?
Definitely. We've been working hard for like all 4 years, working hard for this to go to state and go get there.
Yeah, Coach was saying that you guys have really kind of had a nice bounce back here. That last year was a little bit tougher, but he feels like this year things have gone a little bit better. You guys have won some duels and everything. Overall, you feeling good about the way this senior season's gone?
Oh, it definitely was way better than last year. The intensity has gotten way higher in the room. All our matches, we're getting a lot more excited than we were last year. A lot more commitment too.
All right, Ben, nice job here, and good luck in that section tournament.
Thank you.
And Logan Ehlenz, one of the captains. Not only do you get a pin, but your younger brother comes out and finishes right after you. Was that kind of an exciting thing for the family too?
It was really cool to see. Yeah, I got my parents out here, so it was really cool to see us both getting pins with all my friends and family out here.
Obviously, Cooper's got a little bit of a thin lineup, and that changes the dynamic a little bit. But is it still fun to come over and beat them and face them in this duel?
Definitely. Yeah, we're looking at this definitely as a competition, but more as like, a community event, just to get like recognition for the great sport of wrestling. And obviously it's great to win, but it's also cool to see the community of Robbinsdale come together too.
Coach was telling me before the match that you're one of the most improved guys on the team, that you really had a great season. How do you feel about the way you've done and your chances heading into sections now?
Yeah, last year was definitely a down year for me, definitely, and the team. But yeah, definitely as a team and myself, we've bounced back a little bit this year, and I'm really excited to see what I can do during sections. I'm happy. I'm excited for it.
And as far as individually, how many guys on this team do you feel like have a shot to get through?
You got Ben out there. He's always competing, always leading us in the room. Up and coming, Caleb Lay, 195. He lost tonight, but he's a crazy good competitor, and I'm looking forward to see what he does in sections.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck in the section tournament.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right, Logan Ehlenz, one of the captains for Armstrong, as they win the Robbinsdale Rumble here over Cooper and getting set for competition in the Section 5 3A tournament. Again, that's coming up with the pigtail match on Thursday night and the bulk of the tournament on Friday at St. Michael Middle School West. Then the following weekend, they'll be back in St. Michael for the individual portion of the tournament. We'll be back to wrap up Sports Jam, but first it's a look at our plays of the week.
Gives to Logan, back at it, try, second attempt, goal!
So it's stolen by Johnson, and he finished it.
A reminder of the new segment we started here last month on Sports Jam. It's our CCX Sports Play of the Week. We'll have 4 new plays each week to vote on. Go to our website at ccxmedia.org and go to the Play of the Week page under the Sports tab and vote for your favorite play. Next week, we'll reveal this week's winner and have 4 new plays to watch. And here's last week's winner. It's Wayzata girls hockey player Anna Logan scoring her first varsity goal. Senior netted this third period tally against Hopkins Park late in the regular season. That was this week's top vote getter. Thanks to all who voted. Remember, go to our website and vote for this week's plays. They are posted now. We'll announce the winner on our February 18th program. And that will do it for this week's show.
Thanks for watching Sports Jam. We'll see you next week.
Help feed those in need by attending the Empty Bowls Osseo Area Schools event on Friday, March 8th. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.